Welcome to Real Talk with Garrett and Laura. Today we are going to talk about listings, but more specifically, what happens once we are live on the market.
Yeah, we're going to talk about marketing your home for sale, the check-ins that we'll do, and then negotiating to get you top dollar and the right offer for your place.
Awesome. Let's get into it.
So marketing is something that we believe in, that the more money and the more effort that we put in for our listing clients, the more that they will make on the back end. So it's really important for us to talk with all of our sellers and say, here are the things that we are going to do. Here's what we can offer to net you the most money.
Mhm. And we don't just mean an Instagram post, though we'll do that too. Um, we mean being sure that we hire quality photographers, that we do a Matterport 3D tour on your listing, that we make flyers, that we make calls to other agents, outbound calls, neighborhood door knocking if it's appropriate, etc. So, yeah, all those things are important.
And we'll make sure that the items too that the buyer is going to interact with, they will be knowledgeable about to help them make an educated decision. So the little flyers that we put up in different parts of the house, different that draw out interest and draw out different things. Again,
Mhm.
all with the intent of having buyers make the right choice to say, yeah, I want to go for that listing.
Yeah, and this might not seem like a big deal, but it really is. Even for other agents, an agent's less likely to send a listing with poorly lit iPhone photos to their buyer as they are a well marketed listing because the things that are so important are the things that buyers are most likely to interact with. And those are the things we care the most about. So it is important. And you don't want to be a buyer's agent sending crappy listings to somebody that's going to make them think you're incompetent. So it all matters a lot.
It totally does. And then it's like if the listing then looks bad or just, doesn't get the attention that it deserves, then it gives the buyer the upper hand because it's been on for a couple weeks. There's no one else interested in the house. Then the buyer kind of has the negotiating power where we want to knock out of the park, draw as much interest kind of from that first weekend to get
Mhm.
multiple people interested in it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you hired us, therefore your listing is getting a ton of attention. Now we're keeping you updated on the process.
Yes. And the communication that takes place here is really key because we did so much work with the sellers on the front end, getting the house ready for sale, and then it's like, okay, well, what happens next? So, um, because the listing is getting attention from buyers and realtors, on our side, we want to keep you up to date every step of the way on what's going on.
Mhm. Exactly. So we do this by checking in a couple times a week, giving you information on what's happening with the back end of stuff like showings, scheduled showings, and also communications with buyers agents, just letting you know if we're getting calls, if people are showing interest, things like that.
And we do so much communication in the beginning to make sure that everything is in line, easy for you to understand, and that you can expect, you know what to expect, from us. That way when we do go live, we don't want to stop that communication, so we're going to assist in every step of the way to make sure that we're staying on track, everything is moving along timely and accurately to bring you the best offer that fits your needs and fits what you're looking for.
And that's, where how we get to negotiations. And this is, where we get to do what we do best. Negotiating is the bread and butter of the overall experience on the agent side. We communicate with all the potential buyers agents, try to get them to work against each other, raise that price, communicate, be honest and do our best. But not only that part of negotiation, there's also the part where we talk through the offers that we do have with you. We want to, of course, get you the most money possible, but not every buyer, that's the most important thing. And so we want to talk to you about terms. We want to talk to you about who's looking at your property. Is it an investor? Is it a family? What do you care? Do you care if they knock down the house and build two on your lot? So we want to do our job and make sure that we're giving you the whole story with the information we have so that you can pick the best possible buyer for your home.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And it's all about, we're going to ask, what's the price and terms that work for you? But we know that
Mhm.
because we've gone over your goals assessment at start to know, what you're looking for, what is important to you, and then two, what's your end goal strategy. And so we're really wanting to listen to your wants and needs, knowing who's the right fit, and then putting it out that way to attract that right person, and then also to identifying, okay, this is the person that we'll want to go with because they're most likely to close or they'll close with the right terms that work for you. So
Mhm.
it's really our proactive approach throughout the whole process. I mean, definitely, what Laura mentioned at the start of all the marketing, and then the communication that then helps our sellers be happy and confident that, all of our systems are to make sure that
Mhm.
sellers don't have to be asking questions of what happens next. We know what's going to happen in all these steps, once
Mhm.
we're going under contract. And so we are able to be proactive and say, here's what to expect next. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That way sellers aren't left asking us what happens next.
Yeah. What's next?
So,
So that is our end goal, to avoid those questions and
yeah, yeah.
hopefully in keeping you informed. Our end goal is the right price, super smooth close, for us to get the sale across the finish line for you.
Mhm.
But that's really it. So we hope you list with us. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Garrett and Laura.
That's right. That's right. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.